Well, hello there, you amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. I hope you are all well on this stupendous Saturday. That's right, it's Saturday. We made it through the week, just still having problems with tables and table frames, but we won't go there. I hope you're all going to have a fantastic weekend. You look absolutely amazing, by the way. We're going to get We're going to get straight into the meat and potatoes this morning. Yes, because the Gonzalves family have released a statement in response of the recent court hearing, just that little short hearing, and the subsequent scheduling of the trial. I'm going to read it to you, not show it to you, because you know what happens. I'll get struck down with furious anger. So it says, I want to send so much love to everyone that sent love, prayers, and well wishes for our family. Yesterday, this says, when the court happened. You all mean the world to us. Gonzalves family statement. It was a good day today. We were able to get a trial date set and things appear to be moving forward. We are hopeful the trial stays in Latah County. They're hopeful it will stay in Latah County. Why would you want the trial to stay in Latah County realistically? Now they're saying, and I quote, so as to not disrupt the scheduling order, and we are praying for no more delays. We moved a little closer to justice today for Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, and Ethan. Thank you again for all your support and prayers. It means a lot to our family. Now, before we continue with that, they've also put something on there with respect of Xana Canoodle's upcoming birthday. Apparently, they've set something up going through their Made with Kindness Foundation that's looking to celebrate Xanapalooza, a day for everyone to do something silly and celebrate that day. I'm guessing that they must be liaising with Xana's family in order to arrange all this. I'm not certain. Anyway, I digress. You know me, I digress. So, yeah, look, this is what I have to say about this statement. Now, I believe that every day, irrelevant of what happens, is a day closer to justice in some way, shape, or form, irrelevant of what is contained within that day, because time is moving forward, and you would hope you're moving towards justice. Now, the thing that I struggle with is the Gonzalves family wanting to retain the trial in Latah County. I don't really understand where that comes into any thought process unless you feel that there's more likely a conviction in Latah County. I'm not saying that I'm not accepting, rather, that this is to do with scheduling, and now we've got a date, because the court doc, and let's have a look at it specifically, as I did think that myself, but, you know, having then read the doc, it came up. I'll ping this up on the screen so you guys can see it. Let's go, scheduling order. Here we go. So a jury trial shall commence at 8:30 a.m. on June 2nd, 2025 in courtroom number 3 of the Latah County Courthouse, and will run until August 29th, 2025 on an 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. schedule. The trial will not be held on blah, blah, blah. Anyway, these dates are inclusive of jury selection as well as any sentencing phase that may be necessary. The defence motion to change venue is currently set to be heard on August 29th, 2024. If that motion is granted, the court anticipates that the trial dates will not change, although the location of the trial would. So we know the trial's still going to stay within Idaho. It's not going to move outside of Idaho, so it's going to be around. And they've previously discussed alternatives. But my thought process is for the Gonzalves family to say, we want this trial to happen in Latah County. To me, is indicative of them understanding that there is more of a chance of Brian Koberger, the accused, being convicted of this crime should the crime be retained in Latah County. Unless the Gonzalves family just aren't taking notice of what is actually being said. Like the fact that, look, this is the date, this is when it's going to happen, and we've got this change of venue. But even if there's a change of venue, this date will still be it. This is the trial. This is when it's going to start. This is when it's going to stop, and this is the hours of the day it's going to run in. Now, it's very convenient what people are willing to ignore and what they really latch onto, because it's something that we see throughout this trial. Now, they're stating that, we're moving towards justice and we want this to stay in Latah County, and, we're going to get, basically, they've always, for a long time, even though Steve not so much, have been balls deep in Brian Koberger's the guy, and everything that's happening is just delaying inevitability. And Christy Gonzalves, as we know, she had stated that she didn't want Brian Koberger breathing anymore. So this, I suppose I reach out and I say, what is it? Is it that you're not taking notice of things that has been said? Like it would say that in this instance, for instance, you've either not taken enough attention to note that the court have stipulated that should there be a change of venue, the dates won't change. So you don't have to worry about where it's going to be held. That's the date. Did you not pay attention to that? Secondly, are you just thinking along the lines of, we want this guy convicted of this crime so we can move forward, and it's more likely going to happen if it's in Latah County? Because I would challenge that. But again, I question it because I think of all the things you must be ignoring, such as the court hearing before this court hearing, where Ray clearly states that there is evidence within the PCA and the cell phone information, if you like, and the car travelling that is exculpatory to Brian Koberger. There is nothing to date that would, if I was the parent in this, that would tell me that the person that is being accused of this crime is absolutely the person who did this crime. Now, I can't put myself in the shoes of the Gonzalves family, of the Canodal family, of the Chapin family, or the Mogan family. I can't do that because I haven't had this happen to me, and it's got to be the most horrendous thing that can happen to you. But what I do have is common sense, and I can read things, I can take notice of things, and understand by looking and deciphering the information that is being fed to us that there just isn't enough, and I would be concerned. And when somebody comes out and says this type of information, such as what Ray did, it would lead me to look further into this situation, and I would have concluded that there is a lot of information missing here. Even the things that are being pushed out, such as the DNA, for instance, such as the cell phone data, all of these things are just written on paper as this is why we think it's Brian Koberger from a law enforcement perspective, but there's no bones to it. There's absolutely no bones to it. When it comes to, okay, give us all this information, it just isn't there. And then they come back and say, we're going to have this trial, and this trial is going to be 3 months long. Why is it going to be 3 months? Now, not being funny, but the Karen Reid case, what are we looking at? 6 weeks, and look where we are now. 6 weeks, and we've come to the decision that this is likely going to be a hung jury. But then we've got this trial for Brian Koberger that's going to be twice as long. Twice as long. A 3-month trial. What is taking him 3 months? If you've simply got the guy who did it, you're saying that you've got his phone data and all this that's going to show that he travelled in here, this, that, and the other, and then you've got this this DNA sat on a knife sheath at the scene of the crime, then comparably to the Karen Reid case, this would be on par with, so to speak. Yeah, there's going to be some little details that need to be shown, but if you've got all your evidence, if you've got everything to back up your claims in the PCA, I just don't understand why this case is so complex, and that makes me feel that they really don't know whether it's Brian Coburg, and it's going to take them this long to form this story that is going to try and twist other things that are in the background of Brian Coburger's life to show him as being capable of doing this crime. So to pile up circumstantial. In this case, it's very important that it's not a circumstantial evidence case, that it is in fact factual evidence that leads to a conviction. Let me know down below what you think, and I'll catch you all in the next one.